Obviously, I'm perpetuating that to you, the fans. Dylan Hughes, look at him. He's going to give it his best effort, but he knows who he's going against. Our #1 qualifier and defending champion. That is Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer Osbo. It's Alec Robbins initiating that first clip. We are officially turning to burn our first pro battle here at a brand new venue for Formula Drift. Frederick Osbo makes quick work of outside zone 1 and 2. Now coming to inside clip 2. Here comes Alec Robbins. Doesn't look too shabby. I'll be quite open, just as I say that. He goes, takes a shallower line. That final outside zone. Frederick Osbo, easy from Minnesota. Alec Robbins has, just been gaining ground here in the championship, and a very fast driver. When he came out guns a-blazing a few years ago, and it's great to see him and his family here in the FD championship. All right, here we go, initiating. There goes Alec Robbins, gets in the rumble strips. You can see quick little yank of that handbrake, but Alec Robbins ripping through, but Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer Osbo, dives in. There's where you go. You're talking about where those rear tires should be. Frederick Osbo right there, following that smoke signal, following that smoke trail. He does come a bit shallow, but watch him beside him. So you were talking about getting to the ground.
What he did on the lead-to-lead comparison definitely had an advantage there. Chase the chase, I think it was a clear victory.
So all things considered, Darren Kelly gaining some knowledge each round. He does have a new engine setup, right? That was what round did he debut? It was 2 rounds ago. So yeah, it was 2 rounds ago. So here we go. Let's get back to the action here. 85, 89, 90 miles per hour from Kazuya Taguchi in that lead position. Darren Kelly massages that Aston Martin right there to the side of Kazuya Taguchi. Gets a little lost in smoke, a little straightened there by Darren Kelly in chase position. Kazuya Taguchi, let's see how he tightens it up. He does not to that second inside clip. We need to see him tighter. Darren Kelly taking a shallower line, unfortunately. Maybe gets a little lost in the smoke. That final outside zone, Kazuya Taguchi does. He touched on that last night. I think that's really cool. Here we go. We got a clean start. Yes, we do. Here we go. Darren Kelly, the heart of racing. Aston Martin, Kazuya Taguchi, 94.9 miles per hour. Big angle there from Darren Kelly. He's going to throw it down tight on that inside clip. Need to get that overhead view for that outside zone 1, going into 2. Looks like he's down. Big angle again. Inside clip 2, right, filling that box. Kazuya Taguchi, couple car lengths back. Now coming that last outside zone. Darren Kelly bringing it home for the fondue. Ooh, does he see? Judge will slide him left for Taguchi, right for Darren Kelly. We got it one more time for Brian Egger, and it looks like qualifying 25th. You can see those red lights right in between them, and again, once they extinguish, Ryan Turk can leave. Power can leave prior to that. Here we go. All right, we got New Hampshire versus New York coming into. Oh, nice initiation by both of them. Ryan Turk, that big wide mouth. You can see pulling that front left Nitto tire off the ground in that second outside zone. Now Mike Power taking a little bit of shallower lines, going to set him up. Turk actually could have been a little tighter to that inside clip. Now coming that last outside zone. A lot of these guys having trouble. Look at that, get into this. That's the best approach right now for Mike Power to advance on and get through. As I said, Long Beach's winner is Ryan Turk. He's in contention. He's in the championship hunt. This would be a huge blow and detriment. Look at this, 100 miles per hour. Mike Power comes in, leaves it all out on the track. Now here we go in that first outside zone, transitioning into outside zone 2. In outside zone 2, need to get that aerial view. Let's see how he handles his inside clip. He nails it. He does what he needs to do. Now coming into that last outside zone. How's Mike Power going to handle this? He is right there on the track edge. Turk right for Mike Power. Again, Ryan Turk in contention, and that is Mike Power, and a one more time. JTP, Justin Pollock, who now lives here in Utah, and Mr. Daniel Stuckey here in that M-Spec vehicle, but JTP, the signature teal and blue, looking down, looking for some great speeds here from Justin Pollock, gets that clean air. Ford Performance putting him up there, and check it out, big angle. Stuckey wasn't focusing on him, but saw a little twitch in that chase position. Now coming into that second outside zone, into the inside clip. There we go, wrapping him around. Nice job by Pollock. Stuckey just barely knocking it over, barely kissing it. Looks like Stuckey, you saw him grip up, but look, he massages it back there. Well done by
something to happen in that area. That's an area where you need to get back on throttle as early as possible to get through inside clip 2. You can see that the error that Justin made there made him early on inside clip 2 as well.
Both these drivers have a big opportunity to not leave it in the judges' hands, so they need to throw down either a gangster lead run or a gangster chase run. So Daniel Stuckey throwing it into that outside zone. Now coming out of the smoke is Stuckey, and then Justin Pollock. Justin Pollock comes a little bit short there. Now tight to the inside clip, both of them go into that final outside zone. One more time, 21%. Slide him left for Pollock, right for Daniel Stuckey. Gets the win. That RB Army flag. Both these guys on GT radial tires. go. Let's see. Chris Forsberg will lead. Forsberg qualifying 4th. A great qualifying position for him. 98.4 miles per hour comes in that first inside clip. Big wide swing. Ryan Little goes off course. And now Forsberg getting that POV, that FPV. Goes in that second inside clip. Ryan Little into that inside clip. Quite a bit of distance back here. Ryan Little shuts it down. Chris Forsberg continues on. All right, as we are seeing Ryan Little, the power stop breaks S15. Chris Forsberg pacing him here on initiation. Let's see what kind of speeds we get out of Ryan Little, hitting that 90. Looks like just a clips there at 94.6. Pulling those GT radials off the ground into that first outside zone. Transitioning the second, and Little looks like shuts it down. That's a big correction there. And wide swing around that second. So it's kind of a reinitiation there. Looks like he lost drift on that second outside zone. And let's take a look. Slide him left for Forsberg, right for Ryan Little. And there you have it. Chris Forsberg, so many different facets, and that's something that keeps being brought up on a regular basis. Here we go, the one more time battle. Ryan Turk versus Mike Power. 99.6, almost 100 miles per hour. Like I said, you got to bring that X factor here. Mike Power had a great second portion of that first battle, but right now Ryan Turk seems to be finding that sweet spot. He does go off of that second inside clip, and he needs to be tighter to that, but Mike Power taking a very shallow line. Ryan Turk wasn't exact. Oh, there he goes. Kind of perspective, what's going on, so it's all great insight.
Yes. Looking forward to this one battle right here.
There we go. Mike Power will be leading in that power drift. S15, Ryan Turk chasing him down 99, 102, 102 miles per hour. Mike Power talking about, hey, you know what? I don't care how long you've been here. I'm going to try to disrupt. Mike Power transitions into that second outside zone. Ryan Turk tries to dive in. Is he too aggressive? Take a look at this here on that second outside zone, going and approaching that final outside zone. Ryan Turk goes off course. Let's slide him left for Ryan Turk or right for Mike Power, and the Bergs is in. Mike Power gets the win. Mustang RTR Spec 5D on Nitto tires. And unfortunately, his RTR teammate Adam LZ did not qualify in top 32. Here we go. This is Chelsea Denofa coming down out of the chute. Let's see how Michael has to chase him down. Big angle there, 103.6, the fastest speed we've seen, pulling that front left off the ground into that first outside zone, transitioning through. Here comes Michael Lessa on the attack in the second outside zone, but does take a shallow line. Holy cow. Hit switches. Look at that. Now that final outside zone goes Chelsea Denofa.
Primary platform, especially Torque Drift 2, as that continues to get released from month to month. We're kind of dropping little tidbits and teasers throughout the next couple of months, but you can expect a full release between 23 and 24.
Awesome. Hold on tight, because you're going to actually hang out here in the booth. And don't feel like you got to announce here, but we got the second half of this battle. Michael Lessa, Chelsea Denofa. That handbrake broke off. It looks like it's working now, as now Michael Lessa wraps around that second inside clip. Here comes Chelsea Denofa, who had a phenomenal. Oh, look at this. As Chelsea Denofa goes to that final outside zone. Let's see if he can hang tough here with Michael Lessa now pulling across. As slide him left for Denofa, right for Michael Essa. And again, unfortunately, too little too late for Essa. Chelsea Denofa gets the win. And look at a little pace right there from Taylor Hull. Full pull Hull gonna chase down Mr. Josh Love.
It's paying off for him.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that pace. Nice initiation there from Love out front. He works his way into that first outside zone. Let's see how they transition to the second outside zone. You saw Taylor Hull back off, give himself a bit of room, but that doesn't set him up properly for that second outside zone. Let's see how they handle the final one. Staying under that smoke trail. Josh Love barely dipping that back right. Thank you so much, Lorette. Thank you for the insight down there on the ground. Lorette Nickel, another member of our broadcast team. Here we go. Taylor Hull now out front, gets the clean air. Let's see how the vet handles this. And Taylor Hull coming, initiating big sweep. Josh Love going for that straight line approach. And that Jasper Keys BMW, the Comp Camps Edelbrock vet now in that first outside zone, transition into the second. So a little wobble there from both of the drivers. Tight on that inside clip. Look at Taylor Hull just knocking it out of the way. Josh Love, nasty transition. But Taylor Hull, you can see Love right for Hull. And we got 1, 2, and 3 votes for Taylor Hull. Unfortunately, Josh Love. S Chassis, Odi Bakshis, again, gets the win and gets a bye run here to advance on into the 16. Lay out and listen to this wound up. Again, I don't think we're seeing insane speeds, but you know what? Okay, 97.8 NBD. Kids don't try this at home. Yeah, listen. Got a good time. Here we go. Dylan Hughes will lead. Dylan Hughes qualified second. Great qualifying for him in this fast orange Permatex BMW E46. Here we go into that first inside clip and see how he handles it. Trent Beecham. Little wide swing into the first inside clip. Now to that second outside zone. Approaching the second inside. Ooh, Trent Beecham aggressive. Getting to the side of Dylan Hughes. Trent Beecham qualifying 31st, but man, he's looking like he qualified first right now. Beecham has the proximity. Great. That was the most bonkers Formula Drift round we've ever been part of in Orlando. Lightning striking. We had to bail out of the bleachers a couple times. We saw torrential rain. It was insane, but right now they're going to make it rain. Some tire debris. Here we go. Trent Beecham throws in 102 out front, and Trent Beecham dials it in that first clip. Here comes Dylan Hughes. Surging an attack, but Trent Beecham, I'll tell you what, this looks like a total different Beecham from what we saw in qualifying to now when it goes to head-to-head. Coming to that outside zone, you can see new, and let's see, slide him left for Dylan Hughes and right for Trent Beecham. It was unanimous. What was .io Dodge Viper going against Travis Reeder. He's saying hello to everybody over there at the local Walmart. Travis Reeder, let's throw it down. That Reeder Motorsports, Link ECU, BMW. All right, ooh, big aggressive initiation by Dean Carney, but way overshooting it, overcooking it. And that, unfortunately, for Dean Carney, that's going to be an incomplete.
Like, okay, I got to initiate by here, and my speed's this, and so a couple of factors are off there. You end up shooting straight off the track.
Yep. All right, here we go. So Travis Reeder sits on a major advantage, and he gets the clean air. Dean Carney really needs to step it up here, 97.4 miles per hour. Again, not a unit of measure and not a judge criteria, but just obviously it's pretty amazing speeds, and then throwing it sideways. So Travis Reeder on that second inside clip. Dean Carney, whoa, big wide swing. Now Travis Reeder gets it into that final outside zone. Slide him left for Dean Carney, right for Travis Reeder. You know the outcome here, unfortunately, for Dean Carney. A V6 engine, basically out of like a Tacoma or an FJ Cruiser, so pretty cool to see a very unique build. It sounds very unique, and of course, two very unique sounding vehicles, given that we got some Winkles out there on track. All right, Ken Gucci initiates into that inside clip. Kyle Mohan in tow. Into that first outside zone transition, into the second. Let's see if Mohan's got now into that inside clip. Here goes Gucci and Mohan. Down to the final outside zone, both of them. Ooh, and Mohan initiates. He's on the wrong side of that outside zone. Mohan, W right now. All eyes are on Mohan and Gucci. Who's advancing on? Let's see Mohan, 94, almost 95 miles an hour on that inside clip. Looks like Gucci doesn't exactly get tight to that inside clip. Now into that second outside zone, zeroing in on the second inside clip. Mohan wraps around it. Gucci barely nudges it over. Let's see how they handle this last outside zone. Whoa. And that's going to be, unfortunately, that's right now. Just make it official. You know the outcome. The Goosh, Ken Gucci, the OG, gets the win, knocking out Nichols, saying like, hey, you know, humble yourself. You know, he says, hey, you know, maybe down horsepower. Here we go. This is a big battle right here. Rome Charpentier will lead. Garage Istic, BMW, like I said, second in E-Town. Matt Field has yet to win an event, but he currently leads the championship. Come to that first inside clip. Both of them wrap around it. Approach that first outside zone, now to the second outside zone. Rome dialing it in. See a little handbrake pull, and then looks like Matt Field center punching that second inside clip. Now coming to that final outside zone. How are they going to handle it? Rome Charpentier gets all the way out there. Attrition is something we really haven't spoken about. So keeping the tire under your car, do you have enough tire to finish it out? Because they're ripping through these, obviously, each battle. Here we go, Matt Field, the Beast of the Bay out front, 777, comes now into 104 miles per hour. He talked about that speed. He said he's down to horsepower, but right now he's absolutely tuned up into that second outside zone. Look at the angle from him. You can see nothing but Falcon tire wrapped around those 4 stars. Now coming down the last outside zone. Filling all of it? Yes, he does. He rides right there. Look at Rome Charpentier. And that's a one more time across the board.
originally I thought he did a great job, but if you analyze it, you can see some errors.
And we're really scrutinizing that run because of the championship implications of what's going on, and Rome did really give it all. Here we go, Jonathan Castro and Ola Jaeger. Jonathan Castro, Jono Montaldom, Toyota GR86, great looking car, and Ola Jaeger with that Mark IV Supra, looking good, gets right to the side of Jonathan Castro. All Toyota battle, old school, new school. We all rule where Toyota rules right now. Look at Castro. Set it in garage stick BMW, but a lot of pressure in Matt Field's corner, but we'll revisit that in a moment. Right now, Ola Jaeger out front, Japan Auto, Toyota Supra going against the Toyota GR86, 101.7 mile per hour from Ola Jaeger. He gave a little ooh there, Lantain, as we're going to review this. Going to that second outside zone, getting that second out. Let's go to that second inside clip. Both of them on it. Like to see Castro with a little more angle there. Looks like he's compromising that proximity for a bit of angle. Ola Jaeger, he gets in better, and that's what I think was really interesting about some of the other battles we've seen previously. Jonathan Castro gets the victory. 19th. So fairly equally matched battle. Let's see what we got here from Jones and Olsen. Run one here in the Rockstar Energy Drink Top 32. And Jones initiates 96.7 miles per hour, tight on that inside clip. Simon Olsen kind of seems sliding on by, losing some ground into that second outside zone. Taking the tighter line is Olsen. Now Jones into that final outside zone. Olsen, you can see him putting that back. Simon Olsen from Norway, Jeff Jones from Southern California. Los Angeles, here we go. Olsen and Jones. Jones pacing him on initiation. Olsen initiates. Jones, kind of a little delayed initiation there compared to what Olsen did. Now Jones comes into that second outside zone. Olsen wavers into that second inside clip, does a good job now into that final outside zone. Jones right for Olsen, and Simon Olsen gets the win 2-1. And really needs to apply the pressure here. And don't leave it in the judge's hands. That's just seems to be a reoccurring theme here. So here we go. Rome Charpentier will lead. He qualified 10th. Here's our one more time battle between Rome and Matt Field. Rome initiates in that first inside clip. You see Matt just barely nicking with that front left corner to that second outside zone. Both the drivers go. Let's see the angle here now coming into that second inside clip. Both of them zeroing in on it. Looks like Matt Field not leaving anything, said, I'm going to hit those darn inside clips. He missed them on that first battle. Are in top 16 already. So here we go. Matt Field out front, Rome Charpentier in the chase position. Matt Field's really going to need to show why he's called the Beast of the Bay and your current points leader. He's yet to have a victory this year, but would love to get on top of the box or in the conversation and stay in that conversation. Into that second outside zone. Big power, big angle. Now approaching that second inside clip. A little bit off, but big angle. Rome falling back a little bit. He needs to apply the pressure, and there goes Matt Field into it. And look at Rome. Look how deep Rome is. Get the verdict here. So slide him left for Rome or right for Matt Field, and Matt Field gets the win. Frenemies is the other frenemy there, just getting the victory over Rome. But here we go. The loudest car, I think, in Formula Drift. Jonathan Hurst, the pride of Paducah, that AZ Rags BMW going against another BMW. The young buck, that is Brandon Sorensen. Into that first outside zone. See how, oh, look at that. Brandon Sorensen narrowly almost hitting Jonathan Hurst. And now into that inside clip, you see him knocking it over. Now into that final outside zone. Let's see how Jonathan Hurst handles it. He gets into it. Brandon Sorensen flirting with the edge, but Hurst pacing him here. Let's see what Brandon Sorensen's got. All right, here comes Sorensen out front. 98 miles an hour into that inside clip. You saw him, a little bit of correction there again. We saw that in his chase run, so maybe a little timid there going into that inside clip. Now, past the second inside clip, Jonathan Hurst, I think, has an opportunity to catch him here, maybe pacing him by design. But Brandon Sorensen, look at that. Oh, buddy!
So there is something that occurred at the finish line, and it's going to go Jonathan Hurst's way.
The Drift Cave operates that Buy Now Japan S15. Nick Novak, Cora Works, Tyler, and Greg and Lauren, they're all watching back either here in the booth or up in Atlanta or down in Atlanta. Here we go, Nick Novak initiating that Cora Works BMW. And that first outside zone transition, the second outside zone, Masayama mimicking the angle, needs more proximity, and you ask and you shall receive. Masayama brings it a little tight here. Big angle there from Novak. Like a track addict. And we'll be back here for our live stream, and here obviously the inaugural round. That is the Type S Elevator presented by AutoZone. Nasty initiation by that Buy Now Japan S15, and Nick Novak swings wide. Want to see if he just mismarked it, or was there something that went wrong in the lead position. Nick Novak trying to power back into that final outside zone. Masayama into that final outside zone. Slide him left for Novak, right for Masayama, and it looks like Masayama unanimously gets the win. Masayama, as 16 is forged. Remember, we have that halftime break, and we're back here, I believe, and we'll get that schedule up there. But your thoughts?